Qapla!
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Karoga. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
You come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. Dare to make war, we surrender. Falsehood, important things are needed to people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a sheepwork planet. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. That means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before, or since. Tall word, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hello world, it's Birdo Prey 5, Qapla, and welcome to Deep Space Nine Wednesday for Wednesday, September 29th, 2021. And today we'll be watching Season 6, Episode 3, Sons and Daughters. Sons return of Alexander Roshenko, the son of Commander Worf, and the daughters referring to Ziyal, the daughter of Gul Dukat. And yes, so with that, let's go check on the chat. Not Ryan Johnson was first in the chat with hello and Qapla, hail Karoga, and also says first to say first. Absolutely you were. John Araki with a quick number 2 to guarantee the number 2 space. Welcome, John Araki. And he also says it's Birdo Prey 2 to be specific. I don't know who Birdo Prey 2 is, but it's not me. And John Araki says third chat has to get a booster shot. 4.5 Access Radio. Hashtag you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. And puts in a couple of Deej rabbits because Deej is so angry that Captain Track got that song stuck in his head yesterday. He's still bitching about it even today. That's okay, Deej. Richie Poole says Qapla, Richie. Josh Street says, isn't this the episode as in the 18 or 19-year-old Alexander? Yes. Not our Alexander who loves MCU Aunt May naked comes back into Worf's life. It is that episode. And it's a very weird, somewhat problematic episode because the last we saw Alexander, there was zero. In fact, all the evidence was contrary to the fact he'd have any desire to join the Klingon Defense Force. It really makes zero sense for him to be here. I mean, why would they write, if they wanted to write him into DS9, they could have made him going to journalism school or something and become a friend of Jake or something. Like literally any reason other than joining the Klingon Defense Force would have been a better reason to bring him back into Worf's life, but we'll get there when we get there. Josh reads says, remember to go to the Bird screening room for all your Bird of Prey streaming DS9 movies and Twilight Zone. Only when Bird is streaming at www.birdofprey5.com/SR. Yes, so this is the last week, I believe, that DS9 is on Netflix. So if you have it on Netflix, on Amazon Prime, on Hulu, Paramount Plus, or your own DVD copy, get it ready. Otherwise, head to the screening room at birdofprey5.com/SR. If you're on a mobile device, try going on a separate device. If you're on a desktop or laptop, try going in a separate browser or separate browser tab so you can keep the YouTube window open at the same time and also watch the episode. Now, the screening room is currently off, but once I'm ready to start playing the episode, it will start playing automatically. Mike Richards says, greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Greetings, Mike Richards. Super Blubberpuss says, what's up, guys? Welcome, Super Blubberpuss. Qapla. Carlo Albanese says, hi, and hope everyone's as well as can be. Darius McMuchhausen says, Qapla, Bird of Prey. Hail, Karoga. Hail, Karoga. Hail, Karoga, says Carlo. Hail, Karoga. Dee Myers is Bird of Prey. Qapla, how are you and the family? We're doing okay today, Dee. Thanks for asking. Carlos says, thanks for letting us chill out on the couch and watch DS9 Wednesday. As always, we'll clean up when we leave, so Mama Prey doesn't have to. That is so nice of you, Carlo. Darius is Qapla to Dee Myers. Darius is lolling at Carlo. Dee says Qapla to Darius. 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir. Hello, 47 Yorktown. Super Blubberpuss says hello to Darius. Dee says hello to everyone. Darius is Qapla to 47. Dee says it keeps buffering. And for Mike Richards, me too. Oh no. Buffering, really? Okay, well, I promise you guys for Friday, which is the next time we're using this software, there's an update available. I will update it and or adjust the settings so that hopefully we don't get any more buffering. I really didn't think it was anything I did to cause the buffering because I didn't make any changes, but clearly it's been buffering now for 3 or 4 times in a row. So maybe YouTube made a change that I've got to update my settings or something. My apologies. Carlos is wax on, wax off. Well, if you guys are getting buffering, feel free to set the resolution way down low. Refresh the page so you catch up, and then set the resolution down way low because you don't need a lot of resolution on this stream. All you need is the audio, really. The nice resolution you want on the screening room, and that is unaffected by whatever is causing this YouTube issue. Josh Reed says, fix your Karogan internet, or not, or no more Romulan ale for me. Well, I don't want any Romulan ale, but I don't think it's Karogan internet that's the issue, but we'll fix it regardless. 47 Yorktown says howdy to Darius. And Brian McFarland says, hi-de-ho, everybody. Heidi ho, Brian. So let's head over to the screening room. And then we'll do our patented countdown. And then we will hit play. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we have connection. And is it going to play? There it goes. It just started. Dun, dun, dun. We've got Worf and Jadzia kissing to start off this episode. Sisko to Dax. Oh, he's interrupting. Yes, yes, Captain, she says. They arrive at the starbase in 5 minutes. She'll meet them in the transporter room. Dax out. Oh, she says, bad timing. She's got to go, Worf. Worf doesn't want to let her go, but he does. Jadzia, he says, there's just one more thing. As long as it's not about the wedding. When we exchange our vows, you must remember to present your Doc Chang to join their house. She says, I don't want to join the house. I don't want to be caught up in all these blood feuds. She's going to have to drop what she's doing and rush off on some quest for vengeance. And he says, if you refuse, it's be some grave dishonor. And Jadzia says, relax, I'm joking. So you will join our house, says Worf. Of course she will. He says, you can see their lives together will not be easy, but they'll be fun, she says. And they go back to kissing. This is like The Princess Bride. Is this a kissing book, Grandpa? Ah, Sisko is there on the Rotarran, requesting permission to dock. Sisko, O'Brien, Bashir. It's like, he wants give her field rations as long as the food's not moving, says O'Brien. Bashir says it's not the food, it's the singing that's driving him crazy. So Admiral Ross extends his greetings and wants the senior staff to beam to his conference room. So Sisko thanks them for being rescued. He says, so they got rescued from last week's episode. Sisko bets a barrel of blood wine that he steps foot on Deep Space Nine before Martok. The replacements from the Varnock are here. He says, look at this Worf. It's barely moving. He'd give his good eye for a plate of good gok, fresh gok. Only 5 replacements. He requested 15. General could only give him 5, Ben. As we keep falling back, the Dominion keeps pushing forward. War is much more fun when you're winning. Defeat makes his rules ache. The replacements are here. Oh. I am General Martok. Welcome to the Rotarran. May you prove worthy of your ship and bring honor to your name. This is a glorious moment in the history of the Empire. A chapter which will be written with your blood. Fight well, and our people will sing your praises for 1,000 years. Fail, and there'll be no more songs. And Worf notices Alexander standing at the end. Who among you hears the cry of the warrior? Asks Martok. They all say, Qapla. Worf says, who offers their life for the Empire? Magarin, daughter of Shazak. Kata, son of Japa. Lar, son of Lana. Daral, daughter of Lamar. Alexander Roshenko. Alexander. Roshenko. Of what house is Roshenko? Says Martok. Of no house, sir. My honor will be my own. He says, oh, there'll be plenty of honor for the taking. Enough for all of you. Martok says he accepts his lives into his hands. Glory to you and to the Empire. Worf says, Dingumpa, which basically I guess means dismissed. Martok says, this Alexander Roshenko, you know him? What are you going to say? He is my son. Cue the credits. How do you explain that, Worf? You served with Martok for months, and you never said you had a son. Carlos says, oops, I spit the blood of many enemies on the couch. It was a glorious, but do you have any advice on how to clean it up so Mama Pray doesn't take me to Stovacor? On the plus side, Sassy has gone and will lick up the blood. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. It's her specialty. She de-bloodies things. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. The time the basement got bloodied, who do you think fixed it? Dun 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 dun. As long as the blood isn't higher than Sassy can reach. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. She's a service animal after all. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, good old Sassy. Sons and daughters. Carlos says thanks to Sassy. So Kira says the next thing we need is a secure way to communicate with their contacts on Bajor. Odo says Cardassians are really good at locating the source of illicit transmissions. And Jake comes in, says, you mind if he joins them? Jake wants in. In on what? Says Odo. The resistance cell. He says, come on, Major. He has his sources. He can help. As a reporter, he hears things. People talk to him. About what? All he wants is a chance. That's a terrible idea. The most likely person on the entire station to be part of the resistance should not be part of the resistance. Quark says it's time to get going. He's seeing his Gul Dukat still having Major Kira meet him every time he gets back to the station. And Quark is like, shouldn't you be wearing your dress uniform? Kira looks at Quark. So Jake asks if he's in or out. Odo just says nothing. Quark says you don't want to get involved. But if you want something to do, he could use a little help around the bar. Like literally, they should just smack Jake for even asking that. Mike Richards says there's nothing more dangerous than a bloodthirsty beagle. Damar says wrong uniform, Major. Bajorans could use a lesson in respect. And he says, no, it's a happy occasion, says Dukat. Let's not spoil it. And it's Ziyal. She's so glad to see her. Said you're supposed to be on Bajor. Dukat talked her into taking a sabbatical from university. It didn't take much convincing, she says. Of course not. What college student wants to stay in college when they could go up to the space station and hang out with their friends? She'll see her tonight. Gul Dukat's going to have a party. And he invited Major Kira. And guess all the other people he invited. If you said no one else, you're absolutely right. Orders at last, says Martok. They were ordered to escort a convoy. The last 3 convoys were destroyed by the Jem'Hadar. Only the Rotarran is being sent on the mission. Impossible odds. He feels young again. Start battle drills immediately. Train them hard. He says, by the time we join the convoy, they will have the reflexes of a northern falcon. Worf, we've shed blood together, escaped from a Jem'Hadar prison together. You pledged your life and your life to my house. And all that time, you never once mentioned you had a son. It's a difficult subject to discuss, says Worf. That much is obvious, says Martok. Alexander and him were never close. His mother was only half Klingon and was disdainful of his ways. So you allowed her to raise the boy. No, she was killed. She spent a short time on the Enterprise with me, but I sent him to live with his grandparent. He showed no interest in becoming a warrior. It was difficult, and in time encouraged him to find his own path. So why did he join the Klingon Defense Force? He doesn't know. He hasn't spoken in a long time. Martok says that's not good. When a father and son don't speak, it means there's trouble between them. And he says he prefers to handle this his own way. Then do so, says Martok. Really? You got to get parenting advice from Martok? How does it never come up that he have a kid? In months that they were on fighting together. Alexander Roshenko reporting as ordered. Worf says you have grown. How are your grandparents? Says your parents were well last he saw him. They weren't pleased with his decision, but when he realized he was determined to enlist, they said, he says, let us talk as father and son. He's not here to call Worf father. He's here to serve the Empire. Worf says serving the Empire wasn't a priority when last they spoke. Alexander says, well, as you said, that was some time ago. Worf said, do you think enlisting would please me? Alexander says, pleasing you had nothing to do with it. With all due respect, does this conversation have any bearing on my duties on the ship? Worf says, stop Stop this. Hey, you heard what I expect from the rest of the crew. Twice that I expect from you. Do you understand each other? Perfectly, says Alexander. And then Alexander and Ziyal had the weirdest looking baby ever. Oh my God. Norman says Worf is a crappy father. Yeah, Worf is not a good father. He's good at many things, but not fatherhood. Although he says Carlos says Klingons are great babysitters. He is a better babysitter than a father. Ziyal really tried to get used to Bajor. She really tried. Kira's like, what happened? It wasn't any one thing. The students at the university, they were polite, but she'd see them whispering in the halls, staring at her. She's the daughter of Gul Dukat. Her father is at war against the emissary of the prophets. What made her think she belonged there? This station is the closest thing she has to a home. Kira's here, the father's here, and this is her home. And Kira says, the last time your father left you to die. He said they spoke about it, but he realizes that he overreacted. She misses him. She's got to give him a chance. She's all she has except for Kira. She was hoping you'd have dinner with us tonight because there's something special she wants to share with both of them. She said, I guess that's impossible. Oh, Kira, you know you're going to come to dinner. Okay, she'll be here, but she won't guarantee it'll be any fun. Yeah, Ziyal promises her father will behave. Somehow she can make that promise. Okay. Norman said O'Brien called Worf a horrible father in Children of Time. That's right, he did. He did call Worf out. Carlos says, should one be the judge on the sins of the father? They're joking with Alexander. Said, Alexander Roshenko, we held the song. We held this just for you. Why are they making fun of me? Why are you laughing? Oh, the son of our illustrious first officer would prefer a different beverage. Some root beer with a piece of ice cream? Are you mocking me? Mocking you, son of Worf. I am called Roshenko. He says, I will call you whatever I please, and you will learn to like it. So much for pronouns in the Klingon language. Does the son of Starfleet find us think he's too good to eat with us? No. Have some, and then he throws his food on the guy. And he's gonna fight it out. I do not like your smile. Perhaps I'll cut you a new one. He brings out, they both bring out their daggers. Yes, fight. Fight. No. Oh, Alexander. Already down. Oh? Yeah, you just know you're being outclassed. He fights like a Ferengi. Worf now comes up behind them. Worf waits to see who's going to win, and only when it's clear Alexander's they're going to lose. He says, I'll teach you a new lesson, one you will not soon forget. Worf says, enough. Punches him in the face. Not Alexander. He says, you have no right to interfere. Worf says, you both report to the medical ward. And when they're finished with you, you will remain in quarters until the next watch. Everyone else get back to your station now. Are you going to fight the Jem'Hadar for him as well? Asked the mean Klingon. Yes, he will. So Ziyal is talking about her artwork because even in the 24th century, there are lots of worthless college degrees. Reminds Kira of Vedic Toprik's early work. The director of the Cardassian School of the Arts felt the same thing. He said, Dukat says, you should have told me. I could have arranged to meet him in person. She says, I know, but she wanted to do this on her own. He says she's got a real gift. They're having an exhibition in 6 months. They want to include her work. She wants to bring people together with her work, like a real human artist. Yeah, it does sound a bit silly. Dukat says, not at all. He's quite elegant. She's quite elegant. Kira says she doesn't believe the change. She's never seen her so happy. Dukat says neither has he. He's reluctant to admit it, but Kira was right to send her to Bajor. He seldom see eye to eye, says Dukat, but he's grateful for what she's done with Ziyal. Martok says there's only one thing he hates about convoy duty. It's the waiting. You'd think he'd be used to it by now. Nothing breaks the tension other than a break on a war nog, maybe a good brawl. Worf says, so you heard about the brawl in the mess hall. Yes, but not from his first officer. It's not an easy thing. And stand aside and watch someone injure your son. Alexander was no match for Katag. He would have killed him. Says Alexander clearly has changed his mind about being a warrior. You're his first officer. Teach him to survive. The Jem'Hadar will be less forgiving. Captain of the bridge, battle stations. "22 seconds. On screen, they can't find it. The Jem'Hadars launched 2 torpedoes. At us or the convoy? At us. Drop cloak, raise shield, says Martok. Evasive action. They will hit in 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Dun dun dun. And nothing. Where are these torpedoes? Worf says reinitialize primary sensors. They reinitialize, says Alexander. The Jem'Hadar ship is gone. Worf says, of course it is. You forgot to erase the battle simulation program from the sensor display. So they're reactivating the cloak. They turned on the low-powered lights. The Dick Klingon says, keep a close watch. There may be more hostile programs out there. And Martok says it's okay. At least they're keeping him on his toes. Worf says it's not too bad. Worf is pissed because they've accepted him as the ship's fool. So Dukat is gifting Bajor 15 industrial replicators. So they have a new era of peace and prosperity as Dominion ally. So Dukat is hosting a celebration for Ziyal in his quarters. She'd love if he'd join them. Of course, at this point, Kira should have asked how many other people, because it looks pretty empty. Worf is teaching Alexander. Pick it up, says Worf. Worf says, "What's wrong with you?" Alexander says, "I knew it'd be like this. You must be pleased. You can tell me what a failure I am as a Klingon." Alexander says, "Then I'll be dead, and you'll be happy. Now leave me alone." A present from Dukat. A gift for the party tonight. Damar thought, well, Dukat would be fun if Damar delivered it personally. So Kira's enjoying the dress, putting it on in the mirror before she has a revelation and says, "What the hell am I doing? I was about to wear a pretty dress for the massacre of Bajor." So she runs back. Says, "What a pleasant surprise, Major. Come in. Come in." And Dukat says, "You don't like the dress." Here says, I like the dress. I love the dress. I don't like you." So Nerys just leaves. So Dukat's like, Nerys. Ziyal comes out and was, "Who was that?" And he's like, "It's a little something for you to wear to the party tonight." "Do you like it?" "It's beautiful," says Ziyal. "You can be so thoughtful." He tries. You gotta love Dukat for trying so much. Tell him, Alexander Roshenko, why are you on Martok's ship? He says to serve the Empire. Says that's performed. Tell him again. He says he's asked them other people, they've answered the call of Kales. He can see it in their eyes why they're here. He says, you can lie to yourself. You don't hear the warrior's call. He'd rather not say, says Roshenko, for private matter. Roshenko. Martok says, you're as tight-lipped as your father. Worf requested he be transferred off the ship. He's got every right, both as a superior officer and as your father. Roshenko saying that Worf abandoned him. Worf is stunned into silence. He doesn't know what to say or do. But now Martok has orders. Where are the ones shooting at him? Right in the middle. The Random Menace with a €2 super chat. Greetings from the future, Qapla, Qapla, Random Menace. Thank you so much. Worf promises he will stand with Alexander Roshenko. He will teach Alexander what he needs to know to be a warrior, and Alexander will teach Worf what he needs to know to be a father. Come on. Meanwhile, back at the Dukat's cabin, Ira should not eat those earrings. What are we talking about? Martok, Alexander, are you want to join the house of Martok? Yes, he does. And we'll cut your hand open to prove you are who you say you are. Everybody cuts their hand. They'll all prove who they were. Drop some blood down. And then you push it into the furniture. And then Sassy. You say, Sassy, clean up on aisle 3. And Sassy rushes over and starts licking up the blood, therefore de-blooding the basement. Alexander gets his patch. Welcome to the house of Martok, Alexander Roshenko. Actually, Alexander, son of Worf. And that's it. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. This is an easily skippable episode. Next week is Behind the Lines. More interesting episode. But this week's episode, I would say, skip it. If you got time, only so much time to make it through Deep Space Nine, this is one you could skip right over. Carlos's good episode, great ship. The Rotarran is a great ship. I think the episode leaves a bit to be desired. personally. But I do like Martok's ship the whole time he's got it. Okay, guys. DD says, Bird of Prey, thanks for the show. It's an okay episode. Yeah, it's not the best episode. But for season 6, the random menaces, you sound like you were snoozing most of the episode. Yeah, I did. At one point I was certainly sleep speaking. I think I started dreaming an episode where Kira was given earrings that were pearl earrings, and Dukat dropped them. I'm like, okay, Kira, don't eat these earrings for some reason. And then I woke up and I was like, what the hell was I talking about? Kira eating earrings. I know, Carlo, I know. Yes, happy birthday to Jedi Bill 797. Jedi Bill, if you're here, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jedi Bill 797. Happy birthday to you. John DeMarco says, I wondered what you were talking about earrings. I was seeing them in my dream, John DeMarco. I think my dream was more interesting than the episode I was watching. D.D. Myers is Bird of Prey. Bad bird shouldn't sleep on your stream, on your streak, or sleep. You should be fired. Well, that's the thing. No one can fire me. Wah ha ha ha. Wah ha ha ha. It's the perfect crime. No one can fire me. I am the top of the heap. Top of the heap. King of the hill. A number 1. Yeah. That's me. D.D. Myers, Bird of Prey, dreams of wearing earrings. No, I was dreaming that Gul Dukat was giving Kira earrings. I know that never happened. Especially since earrings in Bajoran have a religious significance, and these were costume. Well, not costume jewelry, but earrings for cosmetic purposes. So, anyway, guys, thank yous for watching. Next week, we have Behind the Lines. Tomorrow, be on the lookout for a Lower Decks review. And we'll see if I stream at some point tomorrow. I'm not sure. We'll see how I'm feeling. DD says, breaking news. Bird of Prey wants earrings for Christmas. I do not. I do not. But with that, guys, I'm going to say Qapla all, bird out, and see you around. But wait, there's more. The video might be over, but there's more fun to be had. First, please make sure you're subscribed to the channel and have clicked that bell icon to get notifications of new videos in your YouTube feed. Share this video on social media to help this channel fight the algorithm that favors big media. Also check out www.birdoprey5.com for links to my other channels, various social media accounts, merch store, Dear Bop, affiliate links, and all your Bird of Prey 5 needs. At the main Bird of Prey 5 YouTube channel, you can find all sorts of live streams and unlisted videos, YouTube membership options, and a community section with polls and updates on the channel. On the secondary channel, Berto Prey 5X, you can find overflow content that doesn't always make the main channel. Subscribe to both channels, please. Thanks for watching. Remember, I stream almost every day. This is Berto Prey 5 saying goodbye, world. Until next time. P.S. Hail Sassy, hail Charlie, and of course, hail Kuroga.